All right, good morning. Welcome to New York session. I hope you are doing well. It's another Friday, last trading day of the week. And this is actually the third trading day of the week. Next week will be the last trading day for the month of January. So let's begin, starting with dollar index. So yesterday we discussed the potential that if price traded through the 98.50, then we'll be going down. That means you'll be going up, and that seems to be the case. So with that, this equal low 98.15 is going to be the draw on liquidity. Yeah, 98. I think, let me draw it properly. 98.14 to be precise. That is going to be the draw on liquidity. This gap here is going to be the resistance. So as long as we are below the gap, price is likely going to continue going to that level until we trade through this small little gap here. That's going to be where price is looking to go to. Now we do have Monday's low, I think, Tuesday's low still here, meaning the entire week this week here has shown like a complete move to the downside without taking out the previous week high, which at the same time closing this fair value gap. So that gives me the idea that after today's close, if today closes as it is, then the 97.74 level will be a draw on liquidity going into next week. All right, so we just go with the flow, not being rigid, but being flexible with what price gives, and then you go with it. Okay, so with yesterday's price movement, this low to this high, it looks like OTE is not going to hold. Now I can't be completely wrong, but yeah, I always go with what price is giving me. So with what we have now, I'm expecting price to basically move down. So that means euro is gonna move up to attack probably this high as well. British pound is gonna also attack that high. And if this week closes bullish, next week likely gonna see British pound also go up into this fair value gap over here. Now, does it completely change the narrative as to dollar index going up? I don't think so, because even if we take out this low, we are still within the big picture, which is this low to this high. Okay, so and that will only show that the monthly time frame, okay, the monthly time frame candle is coming here, right? It doesn't change the fact that we've printed a swing low here. Okay, now we could stay in that range. So what I mean is we could stay in this range for now, between now and March, this low here and this high, we could stay in there. So my advice is be cautious with all your trading. For today, look for lower prices. Okay, that's all I can say, and then we'll take it one day at a time. So British pound likely going to go up to attack 1.35680 into this fair value gap. So we still have the 79 retracement level. So probably that's where price might want to reach for. Euro pound completely rejected what I was expecting them to reach for, which is this 0.87493. For whatever reason, price did not get there, and the fair value gap on the daily, they've closed through it. So at this point, I'll have to wait till the week ends, and then I'll see what price really wants to do, because this is crazy. Doesn't make sense sometimes, but you have to go with the flow, because with the way price went up, closing through this fair value gap on the daily, this pullback is unnecessary. This pullback here is unnecessary, but again, you have to just go with what price gives. So I'll see how the week is going to end. I don't know if today is gonna go all the way up or break down. I don't know. So today being Friday, I'll sit and wait and see what price is gonna give. Gold, we eventually went up, so that gives confirmation that that 5k level is going to be reached. So continuation to the upside possible. Next week, probably you can look for a buy on gold to continue going up. All right, so yeah, look for gold to give you a potential buy going into next week. Maybe not today. Yesterday price went up overnight. I'm sorry, during the New York session. It did give H4 close, but it was so aggressive that if you were not already in a trade, you wouldn't catch any of that, because it didn't give any pullback. It just went straight up. I think during the session, this candle was trying to close above. So had it closed, then maybe this 1 hour candle could have been used for a potential buy. Now with today being Friday, maybe I would say wait till Monday, unless some of you are already long. Now if you do get long, okay, the idea is just hold it. Okay, don't buy and close, hold it, because this is extremely bullish. Buying is risky, but if you manage to get in, then don't close it, hold on to it. Now I made a mistake by closing my trade. I think why did I close my trade? Wednesday here, because I was anticipating that they might pull back with the price touching this level. Okay, so with that rejection during Wednesday, I closed mine. So yeah, if you do get in, do not close the trade yet. Just, stick with it and then see how far up it's going to go. Okay. So the only thing that from Monday to now still probably sustaining what I was expecting is crude oil. It didn't do much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is how this week played out. So we're still going to be expecting price to trade to 62.92. All right. So just keep, if you are long, keep your long. I am long on this, and I'm gonna keep it probably for the next two months. Okay, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna keep it for the next 2 months. I'll see how price is gonna move over the course of next week, because I think we're supposed to be at 63.80, 63.50 by now. Now with yesterday's drop, I think yesterday I did mention that if it's going to go up, I would like to see them create the pattern that shows that they are buying. So if I remove all that, you see we have this up candle here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 maximum, and then we've seen the rejection. That's exactly how I wanted to see. So right now, all eyes on this up candle here. We want price to break it. Now when price breaks that, that will give us confidence that we will be trading up, maybe next week towards the 62.36 level. So today I'm watching how price is gonna react in here. That is basically all that I'll be doing. I'm not touching anything. I'm watching. Next week will be the last week of January, so this week's supposed to be when the bullishness on crude oil begins. So I'll be expecting, continuation to the upside. Yes, I think we spoke about this, that this is a breaker. I'll be expecting something to happen here to cause price to go down, right? And you can see price has paused. I would like to see them, go down from here. Maybe today, looking at how London has rejected with that nice fair value gap, maybe today we might start going down. Let's see how price will behave, because I like to see them essentially go and attack the previous month low based on what I explained yesterday. So yeah, maybe during the New York session I'll play with it on the lower time frame. I like the gap that they formed during the London session. I like this one. Let's see, because yesterday's New York session did not do anything, and now we are back below it, right? And the London gap has also been closed through. So let's see how far this thing is gonna go. Let's go over to the Australian dollar. So the Australian dollar, yesterday I did map out what is likely going to happen, and you can see they formed another one, all heading towards, they've gone through the down candle and now they are inside the fair value gap. Now I'll be really surprised if you don't get anything at all inside this fair value gap. As in, not surprised, but that would mean there's a lot of buying pressure, basically. The word surprise shouldn't be used. There's a lot of buying pressure in the Australian dollar because it's pushing through all the PD arrays, especially this weekly order block, right? It's a nice order block here. So for price to trade through it, then definitely on the monthly chart, which is where all the narrative was deriving from, we probably might be reversing. So if I go to the 3 months, you can see you have a nice up candle, then move down. So we might be reversing. Okay, that means we break this high and then we'll be going up. But yeah, it's too early to go that far extreme confirmation. So all eyes on that, all eyes on this today. Okay, because this is a nice smooth movement to the upside. Okay, so we will see. Now Australian dollar is a pair that I've been following for a long time. I prefer this as an Asian pair than the all the Asian pairs. Okay, all right, so let's continue. This is the dollar yen. Now we can see how it came very close to the level that I mapped out, the breaker. Maybe next week they will come back there again. Remember I said I don't like to see what they were printing yesterday. If we had closed, then that would have been nice. They didn't. So if you took a trade, then you know that's on you, because I mentioned not to do anything with it. But next week we will see this gap. Institutional order flow is still bullish. That's our last gap, so we're going to be using that for next week for continuation to the upside. And then finally, the cryptocurrencies. We didn't do much yesterday, but the gap is still there. So as long as that gap exists, the downside prevails. I think I don't need to go through the price levels because you already know. 83,846, then 80,524. Ethereum 2,620. Solana 116.82. Hype 18.338. And then Chachki, I'm not surprised. I'm still holding on to that idea of price trading up based on the monthly chart. Okay. And then the AI16Z, I don't want to bring it up, but we are still in that range. So nothing really has changed. Now I'll probably be giving you just that update. Unless something drastic happens, I'll just tell you we are still inside the gap or we've moved outside it. Okay, when something important happens on it, I'll bring your attention to it. Until then, we are still inside that gap. Now, if you've seen the picture, just imagine it. So for today, for the last time, I'm going to show you, and then as of next week, unless something really happens on it, So we are still inside that gap, right? That is the gap. So if I say we are still in there, that's where we are. Unless something really changes, then I will not bring it up because it's irrelevant. Nothing is happening. Okay, so that is that. Now let's move back to and then go to the dollar index. So dollar index, we are looking for a move to that equal low, all right, for today. And then maybe inside this nice gap here, something might happen. Who knows? A bounce. Okay. All right. So that is all I have for you for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you Monday. Hopefully, we'll have a good week next week, because this week not the best, because whatever I was expecting didn't happen. It was pure all downside, nothing to the upside, which these are the what's the word? These are the days, or these are the period that I get my readings wrong when price is reversing, because I always go with the flow. So when price is reversing, that's when I sometimes will get it wrong. But once it reverses, then I go with the flow. So I'm always going with the flow until price reverses. During the reversal, yes, I will sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I will see the reversal come in. Sometimes I'll have to wait for it to be confirmed. And this happens to be this week. I had to wait for price to confirm it doesn't want to reverse. Now, it's not totally abandoned, because we are still inside that range. But based on what I'm seeing with today's price action and how the week is closing, okay, that gives me, an idea that next week, go with the flow. We close bearish, we go with the flow, going down. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for you for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you same time tomorrow, Monday. Have a good one.